Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Null, Retro Null, and today we are going to be doing episode 4 of Pixel Patrol. Welcome back to the next episode. Not going to be a super long one this time. You know, it's 4th of July coming up soon. I don't want to force you guys to listen to a super long podcast, but next week, guys, we will be doing a episode about my favorite games of the year for every year since I was born. So I'm going to do my game of the year for the past 23 years. So all the way from 1998 until 2022. So we're going to do my game of the year for every year. I'm working on that list right now. I was going to originally do it as a part of this episode, but it ended up being a bigger task than I anticipated, and because I want to do a detailed opinion on each one, so I'm kind of writing notes down for every game and researching what games came out each year. So, and it's kind of hard because some websites aren't putting the proper dates on the right games and stuff. So this website will say 1999, and then this website will say 2000, and that's even for the same like regional release. So like North America release on this website will say 1999, and then on this website it'll say 2000. It makes no sense. But anyways, for this episode, what we're mainly going to be talking about is the Nintendo Partner Showcase that happened on the 28th, I believe. I believe it was the 28th. We're going to be talking about that little showcase that they did. Also, I want to give a little pretext to some noises you're going to be hearing outside of my home, and you're going to be able to hear it on the microphone. It is the July 3rd, so that means that there are going to be fireworks, and I know it's going to be annoying, and I know it's going to sound like explosions are going off, but it is okay. We'll be okay. All right, it's going to be some fireworks. I'm fine. My house isn't exploding. I'll be okay. So yes, it was the 28th, by the way. That is what I was looking up as well. So yes, it was the 28th Nintendo Direct. It was a third-party showcase, July 28th. I want to be talking about this, but for this episode. But first off, we're going to do a catch up with me section. We're going to be talking about what I've been playing and what I've been picking up. So I just want to start off. I picked up Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania on the Switch. I've been playing that a lot. I really like it. We'll go more into that, into the what I'm playing section. So we're going to hold that one off for now. And then I also picked up Star Wars Jedi Knight Collection on the Nintendo Switch. I heard these games were amazing, and GameStop's having like a partner sale. Overall, the sale's kind of garbage. I'm not gonna lie. There's a couple good games you can grab for cheaper than retail, but if you're expecting huge price cuts, they're just not there. They're literally getting rid of like bulk. My GameStop in particular, like if you were an elite member as well as you participated in the sale, like you bought something, they were giving away free stuff like promotional lanyards and keychains and stuff like that they get for like pre-order bonuses and stuff. And one of the things they were giving away for free were like copies of like Anthem and the original Destiny. I was like, oh, wah, wah, wah. They're literally trying to get rid of garbage. So, but yeah. So, anyways, the Star Wars Jedi Knight Collection, it comes with the first and second games on cart for the Switch. I'm excited to play through that. Also, GameStop's been doing this thing, at least my GameStop has, and it's this one guy, and I'm about to stop buying games when I see this one guy in there because he's pissing me off. All right, he does this thing where I buy a used game, and then he puts this like stupid like I don't know, transparent like circular like sticker over the opening where you would open the game case, like where you put your two fingers in and open the case. He's like covering it so it stays sealed, but it's like, don't do that, dude. The adhesive on there is disgusting. It's foul and it's awful to get off. I was like, but I'm too like not passive aggressive, but too non-confrontational to call him out and say stop doing that. So I just kind of let him do it. But it's like, oh my god, the second we got in the car, I'm ripping it off because I don't want the adhesive to screw up my case. It's really annoying. I don't know why they do that. They've never done that before, and it's only this one guy that does it. So if he doesn't stop doing it, I'm gonna start going to a different GameStop because it annoys me that bad. Because like Scott the Waz says, if you're concerned about your case condition, you're kind of a maniac collector. But it's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. So, and it screws it up bad. So you're paying $30 for this game, and he's putting a freaking transparent sticker on it that's gonna destroy it. I mean, my Little Big Planet copy, I still haven't been able to get the adhesive off of it. So, and I got that 2 or 3 years ago. So, but yeah. Anyways, rant over. Jedi Knight Collection. Pretty pumped to play through that. I heard it was very, very, very good. So yeah. Next up on the what I'm playing section, we got Monkey Ball Banana Mania. Like I said, I've been having a lot of fun with it. Me and my fiance have been playing through it. We normally like play through the Monkey Ball games together, and it was really fun. It's making me want to go back and buy the old one on the GameCube because I have a lot of nostalgia for that one. So really excited to play through this series. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So yeah, yeah, pretty excited. Next up, more League of Legends. There's nothing really different. I'm climbing the ladder. I'm doing better than I normally am at the moment, but nothing really to say about League. There's a new champion coming out soon for the game. It seems kind of soon since they did Belveth like a month ago. But I'm not Riot. I don't have to make the decisions, I guess. Next up, a mobile game. I've been following this mobile game for a couple of years now because originally I thought it was just going to be like a console game because the concept of the game itself, I was like, oh, this has to be like a console RPG or something like that. And I thought it was going to be super sick, so I been following it and getting email updates, but eventually they talked about more about it over time, and it's an iPhone, iOS, Android game. It's called Disney Mirrorverse. Mirrorverse. It's a Disney game where all these guys like they redesigned all like a lot of their popular characters to be like warriors, basically, like Stitch, and like Oogie Boogie has like a shield that looks like his roulette wheel and stuff. Woody is like super decked out. Buzz Lightyear is decked out. Zurg is like decked out. So all these characters and the villains and the heroes have to team up against like this common enemy, and it's fun. It's a gotcha game. I mean, you literally open shards for characters, but I will say like the monetization isn't too egregious. Like I'm leveling up my characters without spending a dime. But the advertising, the incessant like notifications to like buy, because it's not like in-game ads. It's like buy more crystals now, buy more shards now. It's like no, I don't want to. The pop-ups are bad. Excuse me, and they're everywhere. The pop-ups are everywhere, but it's fun. The combat's like not super in depth, but if you're like in a car riding around and you like to play like clear hero collecting games and on the mobile like app store, and so it's a good game for what it is. I grinded it out the first couple levels, upgraded my heroes for a while, and now I'm just auto farming things and leveling up my heroes, and it's fun. I'm having a good time. The main thing I just like seeing the character models and watching them fight, but and there's like a little bit of strategy to it, not a ton, but for a cool little Disney iOS game, it's fun for what it is. Next up, last time I talked about Slime Rancher. This will be the last time I talked about Slime Rancher. I don't know if I talked about it in the last episode. I might have, but I stopped playing Slime Rancher. It was really fun for a long time, but it gets really grindy in my opinion, and it can be super overwhelming. I really enjoyed it, but for now, I think I'm going to consider, like, I don't know. I think I'm going to consider it beaten, and I might come back in the future, but there's no real end game. There's no real final, boss fight or anything. It's kind of, you're just mobbing along, getting gold and stuff, and you get you just keep going. And you get these like letters in the mail, and you just read them, and then eventually you get one that's like the final letter, and then that's the end of the game. So there's no real end game final character, nothing like that. So I just played until I got bored, and I played it for about 10 hours before I got bored. So it's not bad. It's definitely fun, and if you're really into like a relaxing farming game, Slime Rancher is really good. I'm just curious to see what they do with Slime Rancher 2 because I think they need to do more to make it less boring. Next up, I started off since I quote unquote beat Slime Rancher. I started playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm literally like a few hours into the game, like 4 or 5 hours, but I'm really liking it so far, and it looks amazing. I cannot believe how good it looks. So I'm having a lot of fun doing that game. I love Cloud's design. It's just some of the character interactions are kind of weird, because you have like Barrett and Cloud talking, and like, or there's a scene where Aerith is asking Cloud questions and stuff, and she asks him a question like who are you, how are you doing, and he goes, I'm into bad things, I'm a bad guy. It's like, whoa, dude. I don't think a normal conversation would happen like that, but whatever. It's just how the Square Enix writes their Final Fantasy games, and they're, it's some of the interactions just don't make sense. So, but overall, I'm really liking it. It's getting me really interested into Final Fantasy VII, and it's making me actually really want to play the original Final Fantasy VII more than anything. So I'm gonna keep going with it because I've heard a lot of positive things about it, and I'll probably end up just beating the entire thing. And with we talked about the Square Enix showcase last week. Uh, you know, Part 2 is coming out soon, so that's gonna be really cool. Exciting for that. Excited for that. Jeez Louise. All right. Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase 6/28/2022. Let's start getting into what was announced. I did skip a few minor games, indie stuff. I'm not anything against indies, but I'm just kind of talking about what I liked in terms of the indies, and then what major announcements I thought were talked about. So let's get into it. The first announcement was Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. I know that this is a big deal. Capcom Renaissance, Monster Hunter is on a rise, quote unquote. So Monster Hunter is just gaining popularity, especially with Monster Hunter World being super popular. I know Monster Hunter Rise. There's a previous one on the Switch, so this is like the Nintendo Switch exclusive one, I believe. I don't really enjoy these games too much. I don't understand them. But I do recognize that this game is a big deal, and I know a lot of Monster Hunter fans are super pumped for it. So I'm very happy for you guys. I'm glad you guys got some news about this game. Looks like they talked about a bunch of post-release content, which is always good. So hopefully they just didn't pull a Nintendo and it's a full quality release on the drop on day one. So hopefully they don't release secondary content to like fix the game. Next we got Nier Automata, the End of Yora edition. I am not excited for this game at all. I know that Nier Automata is super popular. I know that there are a lot of people out there who are super excited for this. And my main concern, I think the main concern of a lot of people, is how is this game going to run on the Switch? Because it's going to be graphically intensive. It's incredibly detailed game, and it's not, from what I'm seeing, it's not a cloud version. So I just don't understand how this is even going to feasibly work without looking like dog crap. So we're going to see how this turns out. I know that's the main concern I'm seeing overall online, is how is this game going to look? How is this game going to perform? How bad are the frame rate drops going to be? So that's the main thing I see. Hopefully it turns out good for the Nier fans. But I will not be getting this at all. Period. Super Bomberman R2 was announced. I'm glad that Super Bomberman is getting a sequel. I've never played Bomberman's, but I'm just like a Bomberman game, period. But I'm just glad that Bomberman is doing well. He's a beloved character. People love him. My old roommate Austin and I used to get into arguments about who's getting into Smash, and he always wanted Bomberman in Smash, and I always wanted Crash Bandicoot. Neither of us got our hopes, neither of our dreams came true. But he did get a Bomberman costume in Smash, and I got nothing. But I'm glad that Bomberman is doing well. I know a lot of people are super excited for this game online. I can see how it would be fun. I've just never played a Bomberman game before. So maybe I'll pick this up after I see how the reception is. But I think I'm going to pass for now. But Super Bomberman R2 coming to Switch. Super glad about that. Next up, we got Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. So it's all 10 Mega Man Battle Network RPGs will be coming to the Switch in a single collection. I'm super pumped for this to come out because some of my friends are in love with this series. So I mean super in love. I remember one time I asked one of my friends for some video game music, and he sent me, just to listen to while I'm playing Smash Brothers and stuff. And he sent me an entire playlist of Mega Man Battle Network mixes. Just the songs from the games, and oh my god, it's so good. The music's amazing, and I've never played them, but this is definitely something I think I'm gonna pick up just from friend recommendations, online reception of the series. People are super hyped for this and pumped for this. I know Mr. Matty Plays from his channel, Mr. Matty Plays, as well as CLS Last Stand, is pumped for this. I'm pumped for it. It looks good. And what's really interesting is that part one and so they're doing like a dumb thing that Capcom does where they do part one and part two in separate collections, right? So they can nickel and dime you and make you pay $60 for a collection of 15-year-old games, but you basically pay $30 for part one or something like that, $30 for part two digitally. But the interesting thing is that they're doing a physical from what I saw, and both games are going to be, or all the games are going to be on the physical cartridge, I believe. So that's like a huge win for physical if that's true. That's massive. I'd be pissed though if I opened that cartridge and I saw a download code for part two. Somebody's dying that day. That's ridiculous. But yeah, this is super pumped, super good. The only other way you could really access these games was buying the original copies for the GBA, as far as I know. Obviously you could play ROMs, which, shame on you, but ROMs, and then what was the other? There might be like a collection somewhere where you can play a couple of the games or something like that, but I know this is the main way that they're going to become accessible to other people outside of the hardcore collecting community, and that's good. That's good. Next up, we got kind of an unexpected announcement. We have Pac-Man World Repack, a 3D Pac-Man platformer coming out August 26th. It's going to be a remaster of an old 3D Pac-Man game, and I'm pretty interested in this game. I might pick it up depending on fan reception. People were kind of surprised by this drop announcement, and I think it's going to be cool. I'm highly interested in seeing what it's about, and I've never played a 3D Pac-Man game, so I'm going to give it a shot, I guess. We're going to see how it does. Next up, this is for my dad, because my dad's a big fan of this series. Return to Monkey Island will be releasing sometime in 2022 for the Nintendo Switch. I believe, if I remember correctly from what my dad was saying, it was a popular old school point-and-click game series. I really hope this game's good. I know a lot of people love Return to Monkey Island, and my dad's a huge fan of the series, so cool to see that coming back. That was kind of a surprise hitter right there. I was not expecting that, so that's cool. Next up, we got Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope. So again, I knew we were gonna see footage of it at some point. I thought this was a first-party title, but I guess since Ubisoft's developing it, they're not counting it as one. They're just kind of lending the IP out to Ubisoft. But gameplay was showed, and it looks really good. I'm really excited for the game. It comes out October 20th of this year, which is insane because there's so many other games coming out in October this year. But I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be popular. It's weird seeing Mario with two friggin' guns. He's rocking two Glocks on him at all times. Just bop, 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 bop. Then he's shooting these rabbits in the brain. But it's pretty cool. It looks good. The only thing I don't like is I liked the limited movement mechanic because it was just made it more tactical. You had to think out your positioning and stuff and how far you could walk. But they got rid of it for like an unlimited movement mechanic, which I don't know how I feel about that. It doesn't seem too tactical to me, but whatever. Maybe they're dumbing it down or something. I don't know. But it looks very like a... You could tell that the last one was kind of like a budget, like, we're going to throw this out here and see how it does. This looks like it's going to be massive, and they got a huge budget for it. So I'm glad. I will be picking this up probably day one. We'll see. I'm definitely going to wait for reviews and see what online reception looks like for this, but this might be a day one pickup. You don't know. You never know. Next up, we got Sonic Frontiers is shown off even more. I do think the trailer makes it look a lot better, but I'm really curious to see how the game will turn out. It comes out this holiday, it says. A lot of games coming out this holiday, y'all. It's going to be crazy. So a little bit about Sonic Frontiers. They showed off some gameplay sections where you go through these like portals into these like other realms or dimensions or something. And one of them was Green Hill Zone. And I saw it and I was like, why couldn't this have just been the whole game? Why you got to do all this stupid zone garbage? But whatever. They're doing these like dimensional zones or something like that, where some of these towers or there's basically some way to get transported to these zones, and they're like they're basically like Zelda shrines, except for like the zones have different themes and stuff. So, and they're like not puzzles, they're like levels within the game. It looks crazy. I don't know. It gave me a little bit of faith. I just wish that Green Hill zone, like zone they showed off or whatever, was like how the whole game looked. But I'm not a designer, I guess, so my opinion's dumb. But I don't know. It comes out this holiday. We're gonna see how fan reception is. Maybe. Sorry about the yawn. So maybe it's a big banger. You never know. Next up, we got Disney Dreamlight Valley. Dreamlight or Dream Night? I'm not sure. Disney Dreamlight Valley. It's like a Disney version of The Sims. It's like Disney's version of The Sims and Animal Crossing, kind of. I don't know. That's what it looks like. I think it's going to be really good. I just hope there isn't a bunch of microtransactions because it is free to play. So it looks interesting. I'm going to try it out and see how it is. It's kind of, a weird thing to see Disney do, but we're going to try it. See how it goes. Next up, we got Minecraft Legends. More gameplay was shown, and it looks interesting. It seems you can like destroy structures in this game, like you can blow up buildings and stuff. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I hope it's good. I don't know. I can't really say a whole lot else. I don't really have any other opinions. There's just not enough to say anything about it. Like there's barely there's barely any gameplay. There's barely any, like, we don't know any of the mechanics, nothing. So that's just how it is. Next up, we got the game Portal Companion Collection from Valve. The Portal series is coming to the Nintendo Switch in a two-game collection, Portal 1 and Portal 2. I'm excited. I'm super pumped for this. It is one of my favorite game series ever, and I'm excited that both games are going to be on the Switch now. And I really want to purchase it, but it's an eShop only game right now. I'm hoping that they make a physical copy of it, so I'm gonna wait for a while, see if they someday somehow release a physical copy. Next and finally, we got Persona 3, 4, and 5 coming to the Nintendo Switch. Seems like Atlas just said, the exclusivity contract with Sony is done. Peace, homie, and they ported it to everything. So that's good. It's just a more way for people to play Persona. And yeah, that's the entire showcase. Overall, I think, for a third party showcase, I think they did really good. I hope they do a first party showcase soon because they don't have any first party exclusives coming out this year besides Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. And they need some like serious bangers that's coming within the next year. I mean, Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out like in March or something like that, they said. I don't know, spring next year. But it like has to because they don't have like anything. I mean, I could go into a whole 40-minute rant about Nintendo's current state right now, but they don't have anything like crazy coming out for a long time. I think the next banger they got dropping is Pokemon. And if that game sucks, like the last Pokemon game did, then they're donezo, boys. I mean, Pokemon's going to sell like hotcakes. I think this Pokemon game in particular is going to sell way better than Sword and Shield did. But if this sucks, then it just, and they have nothing else good coming out for a long time. So risky business. Nintendo's playing it really risky. It just seems like their cards are close to their chest, I guess. I don't know. They're playing really safe. But yeah, that's pretty much everything, guys. I mean, we talked about the Nintendo Showcase, what I've been playing, and what my pickups were. I don't really have anything else to talk about. 24 minutes in, it's gonna be a pretty quick episode. This next episode is gonna be very, very, very long, but I wanted to make sure that I posted a video every week, like I said I would, and this episode is gonna be kind of small because I wanted to showcase the Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase, and I wanted to just kind of easy little holiday episode, drop out there, make it nice and easy for everybody, not too long. And yeah, so there you go. Also, a couple things I want to talk about. I kind of want to start working on some different types of content. I want to start making. I'm working on a Bioshock review. I've been working on it since the beginning of this channel. It's gonna take a long time for me to drop it because I don't really have much time to edit super hardcore, and this review is gonna take a lot of editing. So I'm working on that, and then I'm also thinking about doing Pokemon Nuzlocke Let's Plays and like old game Let's Plays and stuff, and maybe doing like those compilation videos where you see people talk about their Nuzlocke adventures. But I don't want to post the gameplay on Retro Null, the main channel. So I'm gonna create a second channel. I already have it made. It's called Retro Null Plays or something like that. And yeah, I believe it's Retro Null Plays. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's Retro Null Plays. Retro Null Plays. It has no subs. I haven't talked about it at all publicly or anything, but it's where I'm going to be posting the 10-minute episodes or whatever, or the 25-minute episodes or something of me playing Pokemon, Pokemon Nuzlocke, or video games or whatever. If I record a Let's Play series out of it and use the clips for a video over here, that's where those are going to be. So if you're interested in seeing me at some point and someday play video games, I would check that out. But for now, there's nothing out there. So if you guys want to see a Minecraft Let's Play, if you guys want to see a Pokemon Let's Play, just drop a comment. Tell me what you want me to play. I just want to give everybody a heads up. My computer isn't the best, and I don't have a capture card right now. So I can't really do anything too crazy. But I am down. I am down to play the games. So, one final thank you guys, and we'll see you guys next week. Next week will be my favorite games of the year for each year since I was born. So I don't know what I'm going to talk about that. I don't know. I don't know what the title should be. I don't know. Leave a title suggestion in the comments too if you guys want to. For game of the years, I'll just do game of the year since I was born or something like that. I don't know. I'll think about it. See you guys next episode. Thank you guys so much for the support lately. Thank you guys for watching. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and SoundCloud. Thank you guys again. See you next week.